Welcome back. This is going to be the last episode of the season. Thank you for actually tuning in this long, I suppose.
If you made it this far.
Literally. 10 episodes, man. Been a while. So, we're gonna be really snappy today because the Crunchyroll Anime Awards nominees just got out. If you haven't started voting, start voting. Well, kind of late, because it started and opened on the 3rd, which I believe was the Thursday.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Sounds right. Mm-hmm. And it closes on the 14th, which is a Monday. So about almost 2 weeks full of voting. You can vote your votes, just re-vote them each day. It'll save it for you if you have an account. Which is what I do, because I'm lazy and don't want to re-vote each time. And why should you? You pick one, stick to it, man.
Right.
So that's what we're going to be talking about specifically. Wow. There's a lot of awards, okay? If you actually count them all, 34, 10 of which are for voice actors. It'll only give you 2 options, like your preferred language and then Japanese, because sub. So it only gives me Japanese, English, so options. So really there's 24 that you can actually vote. That's how math works, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah, whatever.
That sounds right to me.
Not the point. We only are going to be talking about like 12 because we don't have time to talk about each one. 10 to 12 or so. I don't remember what the exact count is.
I think it was, yeah.
It's around there. Because we just don't have the time right now. We are kind of busy. My bad. But this is going to be a longer season finale kind of esque special, if you will. And hopefully, should our hopes of having a summer podcast season come true, with a special guest, mind you, we will be talking about like the results in our first episode, as well as the other votes we don't cover, other categories we don't cover today, and what we would have picked for those, what we thought we would win prior to, which we've already done. We just, again, don't have the time to talk about them. Yeah. We just picked the ones we wanted to talk about. And also, it'll be easy, hopefully, because a lot of the categories have very similar shows nominated.
Right.
So.
And a lot of the ones that we didn't go over have, like, stuff that we don't know, so it makes it harder to say,
I think there were 4 categories where we didn't know maybe anything but one, if at all.
And then it's like, well, I don't know if this is going to win, but I'm going to hope for it.
Hey,
this is the only one I got.
In that case, whatever I voted for, it's going to win, because what else will win? Exactly. So, hopefully... Not going to be a thing today, but hopefully we get to talk about that over summer should our goals align. If not, stay tuned for hopefully a fall season either way. So, getting right into it. Yes. Again, trying to be snappy. I'm Quincy Lell.
I'm Audrey Williams.
So, let's just put this out there. I have voted.
Okay. I have not voted.
It's okay.
But I don't because do you have to have, is it that
you have to give them your email either way. I don't know if I don't know if you have to have a Crunchy account, but either way you have to give them your email.
Because I didn't know if it was, this is like off topic, but like I have an account, I just don't have like the subscription for it, so like I think I can still vote each day.
Try it out.
I don't know, but I'll try.
Either way. If not, spilled milk.
Yeah, I just definitely have to like get what I want to win in order before I do that, but I will.
Yeah, and some of what we think will win differs. Sometimes it aligns.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that right now, actually. So, Anime of the Year, very stacked nominations. Dandadan, Dunmeshi, because I'm not saying the full name. Frieren, Kaiju number 8, Soul Leveling, the only one that does not deserve to be on this list. And then, Apothecary Diaries. So.
Deserves it.
Okay, so. I voted for Frieren. And I also think it's going to win. Because when I think about like all of these nominations, while 5 of them are stacked and 1 doesn't deserve to be here, all of the 5, like when I think about it, and this is more so like the benefit that Frieren has, along with Apothecary Diaries, it just has more episodes and more time to breathe and more time to tell its story. And I feel like you get a better full package. And I feel like when I consider like everything, like the delivery, the animation, the direction, like everything that Frieren offers, I do think it's the best deserving one, and also it's more popular than Apothecary Diaries to my knowledge, that I also think it would win.
Yeah, that makes sense. My personal pick is Delicious in Dungeon because like I don't know, because I was torn between either that, Apothecary Diaries, or Dandadan.
Right, they're so
and
good.
I'm like, all 3 of them are really good, but I think if I had to pick one out of those 3 that like I liked the most, it would be Delicious in Dungeon. Like that show is just very fun to me, and I still actually have to finish it. But
and like Kaiju's fine. It's a good nomination. It's just against 4 better shows, my opinion.
That's fair. I haven't seen it, but
it's very like it's like popcorn shonen. Like you're getting what you expected.
Right.
It's not doing anything crazy. It's not doing anything new. Let's put it out there. Like the other 4 are kind of doing
it's not doing what Dandadan is doing.
It's not doing what Dandadan, Frieren, Dunmeshi, or Apothecary Diaries all bring to the table, which is something new or fresh. Either way, something different. Speaking of which, same exact nominations for Best New Anime. I'm kind of basically it's the same category. Just,
yeah.
So my interpretation of that and why I'm voting differently is because, well, best new anime is like me thinking, okay, if it's gonna be the same nominations to choose from as anime of the year, I'm not gonna pick the same thing that I think deserves anime of the year because I do think something else should win. My pick, Apothecary Diaries. Really hope it wins. I think Dandadan's gonna win for this category though.
Yeah, I think that. What did I put for? Oh yeah, I also think Dandadan's gonna win out of the 5. I mean, like, Solo Leveling, I thought would have like. No, I don't want it to win. I thought the only thing I thought it would have a chance for, or the only reason that I thought it would have a chance was because like how popular it seems, but like I don't.
You also got to remember that this is like last year too.
Right. The fact that it's season 1, I think, is going to hinder it a bit. So I think Dandadan will win over that. But my personal pick is Delicious in Dungeon again.
That's so fair.
Because like out of
and it's fine if you pick the same thing. Makes sense. Yeah. Same exact.
I mean, it's the same explanation. It's like out of all of them, that's the one I love the most.
And the only reason I differed is because I was like, best new anime. Frierin's great, and I love Dandadan and I love Danmeshi, but like when I think of like something that brings something new to the table, Apothecary Diaries, and it's also phenomenal anyway.
True.
So like, what don't you love? Haven't watched any of these, by the way, except for Solo Leveling. I don't care. I would at least recommend all of them. Obviously, Kaiju I do think is like the lower of the barrel because it's just typical shonen, but it like all the other 4 bring something really great and different. So highly recommend for all of those either way.
Yeah.
But moving on, because we got a lot to talk about here.
Right.
Best continuing spirit. Sorry, best continuing series. So you got Bleach with the 1,000-Year Blood War, whatever arc it is on now. Demon Slayer, the worst arc in history. No one should... Honestly, Demon Slayer has swept awards before. It shouldn't win anything. They got rid of Best Fantasy because it kept winning, and it's not a fantasy. Like, guys, don't vote for this.
Strange.
Please do not vote for Demon Slayer. We can all agree this season wasn't... Like, it was good animation. But it's just not a good arc, right? It's not a good standalone arc. It's not. MHA Season 7, which apparently is good.
Towards the end is... Well, okay. It's not that the beginning is awful, but, like, I think the thing that people remember most is, like, the big fights at the end of that season.
What else are they watching for?
Yeah, I'll get into more of that in a second, but, yeah.
Yeah, that's so fair. One Piece, because, guys, the king reigns. Oshinoku Season 2. Sorry, haven't seen it. Heard it was good, though. Spy Family Season 2, which I forgot was in the range of, because it's weird, so usually it's October to October is like what would you say, availability or something,
right,
for the nominations. It's October from 2023 to all the way through 2024, like December 31st 2024, which makes me believe they're shifting to calendar year, which makes sense because anime comes out as a calendar year anyway. It just works easier in my opinion, but I digress. I don't even remember what Spy Family Season 2 was doing. Only thing I remember, Otto cooking that opening. I
was gonna say the only thing I remember is the dog, but I don't think
don't you remember like Kura Kura? Otto?
Oh yes.
That's the only thing I remember. It's not part of the story.
Yes, I do remember that.
But the dog was season 1 core 2 is my thing.
Yeah.
What was season 2? That's why I'm not voting for it. It's like I don't even remember what happens. Kind of bad. Anyway. Okay. I voted in the past Crunchy Awards for 2024. Sorry, I had to think for a second. It's 2025, guys. One Piece 1 continuing series, I also don't see how it can't lose, so I voted for it, and I also believe it will win.
I think the same. Like, there is... Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I think, the fine. Only thing that could have a chance against it, my thought, was either My Hero Season 7 or Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War.
People love Bleach.
Bleach could... It
has enough.
I think it has enough to go against it. My Hero Season 7, the thing with that is that, like, I don't think... The thing that people remember that season for is, like, the big fights towards the end of it, and I don't think that that's enough to carry it to coming close.
MHA has so much, like, flame on it, too, from fans. Like, I also think, like, with the step up Toei has done with Egghead,
right,
and also just, like, the plot progression that's just hype stuff anyway, it's probably gonna win, especially because, like, One Piece gets so few nominations anyway, because it's been going on for so long anyway. I think, like, that's why it wins this category a lot, because if it's still going, it's gotta be good anyway, and also it's like a good outlet for One Piece fans. Like,
I think Egghead being a part of the nomination is gonna
just think about. Okay, you haven't gotten there, but guys.
Okay, all right.
Just think about that. Come on. Anyway, moving on. So, best animation. Also a pretty stacked list. I think the only difference is replacing Solo Leveling with Demon Slayer, which was a shock on my part.
Yeah.
That it's not there.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know enough about the Hashira training arc, but that doesn't shock me.
It is UFO table, so fair enough. But anyway, let me go through the nominations real quick. It's got Dandadan, Danmeshi, Demon Slayer, Frieren, Kaiju Number 8, and Apothecary Diaries. I chose. So this is a little controversial. I chose Frieren, and I do think it'll win, only because I know best animation, you think fight scenes and stuff. Frieren has great of those. They slap for unexpectedly. It's not really a show about action, yet they hit, and it's really gorgeous. But also, even just, non-action episodes are just really gorgeous to watch. Not UFO table detailed, but really, really detailed either way.
Yeah.
And so it's just nice, clean, crisp animation. And I love Dandadan, but I'm it's not as detailed, and so that's what that's why I think Frieren might have an edge. But also I do think Dandadan has a chance.
Yeah, I put the opposite, is that the reason I think Dandadan will win is just purely I haven't seen Frieren, because that's also what I voted. I think it depends on how, because Dandadan having a lot of hype behind it, I think could make it.
And Science Sorrow cooks.
Yeah, I think they're pretty. It's an even split on that one. I think Dandadan could win, but I'm not even 100% sure that it will. Frieren might take it. It just kind of depends on a lot of things. But that's what I'm voting, because I know it more than Frieren.
I'm just going to put this out here. My agenda, don't let solo leveling win anything.
Yeah, same.
Because it doesn't deserve to, compared to the roster.
Year, if it gets that, I didn't even,
Yeah, if it gets it, guys, the world is over.
That category, I think I put that I believe it could. Yeah. Because,
no way.
Its popularity
Judges will never. Never.
I just hope that it doesn't, but...
No, sorry. I don't... Even if all the fans in the world voted for it, judges will never. Judges, hopefully, y'all have a sense of taste. Not that you're watching this, but... Carrie, please. Okay, next category, I know one name. I included it because I need to hype this one name. Best Director. I'm not going to name the other people, because I'm going to butcher their names. I don't know. But I can tell you about the anime they direct. But so a Dandadan director, a Demon Slayer director, a Frieren director, a One Piece fan letter director, a Apothecary Diaries director, and a Danmeshi director. Megami Ishitani is nominated. Queen deserves to win. Watch all of her episodes. You can see the clear direction. Have you not watched One Piece fan letter? Go freaking watch it. You'll love it. It's a short film. That's all I have to say.
Same thing. I still need to watch fan letter, but I've seen enough of it to where I'm she deserves it. That episode,
who else is doing this?
Right.
Woman, I'm happy she's involved in One Piece still, but I'm she needs to go off and make her own movie. She's great. Yeah. She really does. And I guess, the short film of fan letter kind of did that,
but still.
I'm just here to hype her. She's great. Moving on. So, this one is a new category. I think there was only 2 new ones. One we aren't going to talk about. It was Best Isekai as a genre, which I found hilarious. After all this time, you chose this year with, the worst Isekai ever happening this year. It's just such a mid-list. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. But Best Background Art is new. And I'm sorry, I think UFO Table would have deserved this any other Demon Slayer season. Yeah. But this season, they were in the same forest with a couple sheds.
It's not...
Guys, there's not... Enough. I mean, there was a cool temple, but it's but you go there multiple episodes to fight, to train. I'm no, it doesn't deserve it. So, anyway, Dandadan, Danmeshi, Demon Slayer, Frieren, Pluto, never seen it, and Apothecary Diaries. Don't know what Pluto's about, but cool, it's here.
Yeah, it's there. I haven't seen it or heard of it until this list came out. But
no, for real, but...
For this one, my pick was Danmeshi again. Mainly because, I'm not familiar with Frieren. Honestly, if I had watched Frieren, I might have picked that over it. I will say that. But, Delicious in Dungeon to me, I think, deserve... I'm not 100% confident in that pick, actually. But I think fine. That...
You vote your heart.
It depends on, what you consider background art, too. Because when I think of, background art for a show, I'm thinking of just kind of all of it, which isn't necessarily what it means, but
I'm thinking everything that's not moving.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think.
Which is what it is, but I'm also thinking of how good the designs for a lot of things are in Delicious in Dungeon, so that's why I'm picking it.
That's so fair. I picked Apothecary Diaries. Here's my thing. Do I think Frieren probably has a little better? Do I think it's gonna win? Yeah. But I can't get over how, I know I said Frieren's detailed, it's not as detailed as Apothecary Diaries' background. Does it have probably more budget? Sure. But Apothecary Diaries, that first season, just gorgeous how it, drew the entire courtyard and, just the fake, I guess, China. I don't know what their country's called.
It's fantasy China.
It's fantasy
not China.
Ancient China, yeah. So it's, whatever. But it was just so gorgeous. And, the fact that I thought of it first before Frieren means I should vote for it.
Yeah.
Do I think it's gonna win? No, but hey, I would love. Hey, every time I say I want Apothecary Diaries and I vote for it, I would love for it to sweep. I think it would deserve it for the most part for a lot of these categories. But do I think it has enough of a following? No.
Yeah, I hope it wins something, but I don't know if it has enough of a following too, and I'll be really sad.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
So we're kind of at the point where jumping ahead, obviously, because
right.
we're not doing every category. This is where we're coming across some shows we don't know, but we also know some of them and we want to talk about them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just me. So best romance. You got A Sign of Affection, which, gonna be real, didn't really finish. Blue Box, also haven't finished, but I've watched like at least the first half, so I know what they're like. The first 12 is what's partly part of this about. Too Many Losing Heroines. I cannot glaze this show enough. Rama 1/2, heard of it, not here. This next one cracks me up. Mm-hmm. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Right.
The anime.
And then this romance anime.
Literally. And then The Dangers in My Heart Season 2. Now this one I have heard of, haven't watched, but I want to. Problem is it's on High Dive. I don't have High Dive, guys. My bad. So I've heard it's good. And I kind of think it will win, if only because it's the only one here that's not new and probably has enough of a following. What do I want to win? Too Many Losing Heroines. Guys, go watch that, please. Please go watch the show. Great animation, great story, great everything. Just, I can't glaze it enough.
My thinking is, like, similar to The Dangers in My Heart. I think A Sign of Affection will win purely because, like, I haven't seen it, but I think that when it first came out, it had, like, a lot of hype around it. And I think that might... Because, like, my personal pick is Blue Box because I've seen that one and I love it a lot. But I don't think that it will win because I don't think that, like, when people... Like, Blue Box obviously has romance in it, but I think the issue is that, like, it balances out the sports and the romance, which isn't a problem for me personally. I just think that, like, for this category, I don't necessarily think it has enough romance in it for people to be like, oh yeah, I want that.
Oh, hands down. I love that. But
I love that aspect of the show, but I don't think it's gonna
And it's also so
win.
new, and it's like, I don't want to be rude, but like, I feel like it's just so in the like infantile romance stage where you're just crushing and trying to get the vibe and like get closer to your crush, that it's like, doesn't feel like it's got a chance, because it's not really, that's kind of dumb to say, but no moves are happening, right? There's nothing, nothing super romantic happening those first 12. It really picks up for me like in like what, episode 14 or something with Hina. Love her. Right. But anyway, also not the intended love interest, but I digress. But yeah, so I do think A Sign of Affection has a chance. Like, again, would love Too Many Losing Heroines to win, but I think it's going to be between A Sign of Affection and Dangers in My Heart, because I feel like there's bigger names. But we'll see. Also, we don't watch that much romance, as you can tell, so who knows, right?
That's also true.
But moving on. Best comedy. So you got Dunmeshi. Gonna put this out here now, and I know you agree with me. Yeah. I don't think of it as a comedy.
No, I mean, it's got comedic it's a show
moments,
with a comedy,
but it's not
comedy in it.
But it's not like a comedy. That's not a genre I would put it in. First off.
I would put it fantasy first.
Yeah, of course, which they got rid of this category. Shocking, because Demon Slayers. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. We also have Konosuba Season 3, which I will admit is a fun satire, but Season 3 is the weakest season, so it's not up there for me. Mashal, makes sense. My Dear Friend Nokotan, I'll get to this. Rama 1/2, haven't seen it. And then Spy Family Season 2, I also don't think Spy Family is a comedy. Like, it has comedic moments. And I guess it is more comedy than, like, Dunmeshi.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say, like...
I always think of the action and, like, drama first.
Yeah, I guess I would put it as, like, a drama before a comedy, I think. But it comes close. Like, it's more of a comedy than Dunmeshi.
For sure. But I also feel like it's also kind of, like... or childish comedy too, so I don't like that either. Anyway,
Exhibit A, the movie, but we're not gonna.
How about you talk about what you picked and what you think will win first? Because what you picked, I think has the strongest chance, but it's different from what I picked.
My pick is Mashal, and I think that will win also purely because I haven't a lot of a lot of these I haven't seen, and Mashal's another one that I haven't watched, but like if we're going off of I think it's just, like, the popularity contended against the rest of them. Like, I think maybe Spy Family Season 2 has a shot against it.
But it's so long ago.
But, it's that, and, like, also I don't know how many people would vote it as a comedy. It's, like, a similar thing to Blue Box, where I'm, like, I don't know if enough people consider it that over, like, an action drama. So, yeah, I think Mashal has a better shot over that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. However, I did watch My Dear Friend Nokotan. It is an acid trip, and I laughed out loud every episode, which is hard to do. And is it the greatest big budget? No. Is it really dumb and like random in its humor? Yes. Is it also kind of slapsticky? Yes. Is it kind of like basically like what TF is happening right now? Sorry, can't curse. Yeah. I'm like, Would I recommend anyone to watch it? Not really. Not really, unless you like all of what I just said. However, I did vote for it because I was like, which one made me laugh? Honestly, this one. I know Mashal was funny, and I do think it probably will win. However, I also know my dear friend Nogutan was popular and viral for while it was out, for at least the first half of it. So, also I think has enough of, like, a troll fan base to who would vote for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's between those two. I'd be shocked whatever else could win in this category.
Yeah.
If it's not this, which makes sense because it's kind of a troll vote, it's gonna be Mashal, hands down.
Like Ranma, I think. I haven't seen it,
but
I don't think enough people.
I also have heard that that's like Verona Kenshin, like it's a modern.
Yeah, it's like a modern remake because there's an original Ranma.
Yeah, and I don't know how well that older comedy holds up to newer comedy.
Right.
Haven't seen it.
That's up in the air for me. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Best action. Now this one's really hard to decide upon, but anyway, let's go through the roster and then we'll talk about it. So you got Bleach again, of course, Dandadan, Demon Slayer, fair enough, right. Doesn't deserve it, not much action. Kaiju number 8 is actually pretty good. Solo Leveling does not deserve it, gonna put that out there right now. Windbreaker, it's the only one I think, it's the only nomination this show got, and it's also the only one that's not, gonna make sure I'm saying this right, it's the only one with no magic powers or anything like that at all on this list. I'm including breathing in that because let's be real, that's like magical. This is like it's a pure like, okay, I hate how it's compared to Tokyo Revengers, but it's compared only in the fact that it's like a delinquent brawl anime. It's not really. Yeah. It's not the same. Nothing else similar. Literally nothing else. A, better animation. B, better characters. C, better story. Also, the choreography was so good when I watched it. I had to vote for this because I was like, on a pure action standpoint, I looked forward to every fight scene that show was putting out that first season last year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Bleach, so I know people glaze it a lot for its action. Fair enough, it's got great animation. So I do think Bleach is gonna win, but I had to vote for Windbreaker because it's like, of all these, this was the best action. Solo Leveling does not. No. It doesn't.
Solo Leveling doesn't deserve it.
No, it doesn't deserve it. Anyway, moving on.
My personal vote is Dandadan. Windbreaker, I'm not, like, I haven't seen, so I can't say, like, it's my, like, pick for best action just because, like, I don't know. And not that I don't believe you,
no, for sure.
Like, I haven't seen it.
Totally real.
But my, like, what I think will win is probably Bleach 1,000 Year Blood.
Yeah.
Purely because, like,
it's known for action.
Yeah, it's known for action. I think it has, like, a pretty solid fan base. Windbreaker, I don't think is going to, but it probably deserves it. Dandadan, my thing is, like, it would be probably between Bleach and Dandadan.
Or Kaiju.
Yeah.
Because it's popular enough. Obviously, like, the reason I put Windbreaker first is not just the animation, but it's the fact that the choreography and direction was so good. If you watch those fight scenes, you would know. Again, I haven't seen Bleach, so I haven't seen that last missing piece, but I can tell you right now, the two that don't deserve this, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
They don't deserve it. I don't care how great the animation is. I don't care how hype you were when Jinwoo was fighting a big snake. Not worth it. Not worth it.
No, that's so
Kaiju cool. deserves it more than those two because it at least was creative and, like, I can respect the action. It is an action shown in anime.
Yeah.
And Dandadan was great too, but so I do think they could potentially war out with Bleach, but, like, big name.
Yeah, it's just, for me, it's like big name, probably. Yeah. But who knows?
Again, I don't know what that's, I don't know what arc is this? I think it was like the conflict arc. I was like, what? Oh. That just sounds like fights were happening.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume it had a lot of action.
Right.
But anyway, moving on. Now, so we're out of, like, we're still talking about the shows, right? But now we're out of, like, the show itself. Now we're going into characters, and then we'll talk about, I want to talk about a lot more. Maybe we'll fit them in, but, like, at least one of the song categories. But let's do a couple character ones. Best main character. Gonna be real. Feels like runaway for Dandadan because there's a couple nominations for both that and supporting we'll get to. So best main character, you got Frieren from Frieren, Kafka from Kaiju number 8, Momo from Dandadan, Okarun from Dandadan, Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries, let's go, and then Jinwoo from Solo Leveling. He should be removed. He's not a good protagonist. I'm sorry, he's just not here.
He doesn't have enough depth to be on this list.
I have watched Frieren. Unless you're watching, I don't know anyone who's watching the show Frieren for Frieren herself. You're watching for, like, her impact on people or, like, the journey with her and how she's, like, helping people. Like, it's not for her. She's, like, the least interesting part of the show. So I don't know how she got here, probably because fame, big IP. Kafka's fine. I do love Momo and Okarun. Who do I think is the best protagonist here? Hands down, Mamo. She's like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Who's not voting for this queen? Don't know. Stupid people. Do I think she'll win? No. If I had to pick who I think would win, it'd be Momo or Okarun. I picked Okarun because I think he has a leg up development-wise than Momo. But also, I'm hoping because people might split their votes for those two, that Mao Mao can come through if people are smart enough to vote for her and the judges recognize that she's the best protagonist.
True, yeah, because my thought is, like, same thing, I want Mao Mao to win. I don't... She could! Because, again, Momo and Okarun being there means that, like, there will be a pretty big split between them to where she might overtake
and
it.
I do think people recognize the other three aren't as good as those three.
Yeah,
at
definitely.
least, if they've seen them.
I'm hoping that, like, Solo Leveling fans understand that Jin was not, like, that interesting, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, at least in, like, season 2, he's not.
Even season 1, he's, like, he's satisfactory, but he's not, like, a good protagonist.
Yeah.
He's not...
There's not a lot about him that makes me, like, want to, like, die hard root for him.
Yeah, really. He's not really... Like, I guess he's saving people, but not really. He's kind of... he's, like...
It's kind of tangential.
It's kind of... It's, like, any problem that happens, he's near it. So, like, it's kind of sort of his fault indirectly. Like, not literally, but, like, dude kind of gets screwed over, sure. But, like, also... Even compared to Frieren and Kafka, he's not doing it for me. I'm sorry. He's bottom of the barrel, so...
Like, my want is Mao Mao. I think...
Yeah.
It's tough between Momo and Okarun, if not her. I think, like, similar thing, like, I think Okarun probably has a leg up on Momo purely because, like, Momo's a bit, like, she's not too mean to me, but, like...
Stubborn?
Yeah.
A little bit?
She's just a bit more, like, stubborn to where I think there's a good amount of people that don't... Well, not that don't like her. I just think that, like, out of the two of them, Okarun will probably have more fans than
he has
her.
more focus, too.
Right.
Like, he's basically... Like, obviously it's a dual protagonist scenario, right? But I do think he gets more focus and development. Not to say, like, being the same person is bad. Like, I love Luffy. He basically doesn't like, grow as much. Like, just... Like, growth and development is different, guys, okay? I'm not saying... Like, Okarun grows more than Momo, but I also think, development-wise, he gets more time to shine and develop as a character. Yeah. Momo doesn't have as much spotlight, so doesn't get the chance to develop or grow as much compared.
That's true.
It's also the beginning of the story, so like, you're not going to see that much growth, I think, for Momo just yet. But it's picking up. It's just comparatively, I think Okarun has a leg up.
Yeah.
But also supporting character. Now there's double, like, two. So Frieren and Dandadan have legs up on these categories. Do I think Dandadan deserves it? No. Frieren at least Frieren makes sense. Anyway, okay. Fern from Frieren. Okay. Himmel from Frieren. Sorry. Cracks me up because he's dead. It's not spoiler. He's dead the first episode. Jinchi from Apothecary Diaries, which I was pleasantly surprised by. Then you have Seiko from Dandadan. Senshi from Dunmeshi. Love the goat. And then Turbo Granny from Dandadan. I'm like, these supporting characters from Dandadan, they're fun. They should not be in this category. I don't think they're good enough to be here.
Yeah, like, my thought is that, like, I want Senshi to win straight up.
So fair.
Because
I voted for Senshi too.
He's the one, aside from Dandadan, that I've seen, but, like, he's just such a good...
He's a good supporting character.
He is a literal supporting and I'm like, I love him.
I think if it's not... I do think Jinchi's good, I just don't think he would win. I think it'd be between Senshi and one of the Frieren ones. If I had to pick between Frieren and who I think is gonna win, it'd be Himmel. Fern's too... blank, I guess. Like, it's not her fault. She also grew up with Frieren, so it's not her fault. But, like, she's not that... She's supporting, but not, like, as Himmel. Like, Himmel is literally the driving force of why Frien's going on this journey, why she's with Frieren and Stark, and, like, doing everything she's doing throughout this story. Literally, the main supporting character who's driving everything, and you find out more about it throughout their journey. So I think should be him between those two. And then between him and Senshi, I do think Frieren is just more popular. I want Senshi to win.
Yeah.
I don't think he might.
My thought, like, I also put Himmel as purely because, like, I think its popularity probably has a leg up on Senshi, unfortunately, which it shouldn't. My thing with the two Dandadan nominees being, like, Seiko and Turbo Granny is that, like, they don't do enough.
Even Ira does more.
Yeah. Like, Turbo Granny, I think, has more of a, like... has a leg up on Seiko, I guess, being that, like, she kind of moves the plot forward a bit more than Seiko does. But I'm like, I don't think of them really as, like... I mean, not that they're bad characters, I just don't think that, like, if we're going off of everything else, I don't think they should be on here. Like,
they also, like... I'm trying to think of, like... I mean, obviously I don't have other shows to, like, just pull out of thin air right now, but I just don't think they should have been nominated for this.
Yeah.
Definitely, if there's going to be only one, it'd only be Turbo Granny.
Right.
Seiko's not... She literally does nothing.
Yeah,
she literally
the only thing that she does is, like,
save Momo that one time.
Right. Which is big, but then, like, we don't see a whole lot. I mean, we do see a whole lot of her after, but, like...
Not as, like, a supporting...
Not as a supporting
she's
character.
She's more of a tertiary character for
me.
Turbo Granny's deserving of secondary. Seiko's tertiary zone right now. And I feel like people forget that because you know so few people in the show. That's a tertiary character for that show. I know you know, like, 10 named characters?
Right.
Still putting it out there, Seiko's doesn't do anything.
I think Gigi is
Gigi does more. Gigi does more. I agree with that. I actually agree with that. He's like, he does, because, like, why? Because Seiko's like, oh yeah, do it, I'm not helping y'all. I'm like,
right.
Like, fair enough. Like, she can't do anything outside of her territory. Anyway, just getting on a tangent. But anyway, point being, we think Himmel will win, but we want Senshi the GOAT to win.
Yeah, he should. He deserves it.
So, we are running out of time. If we have more time to fit in, we'll try and talk about maybe a couple more for the song ones, just to, like, since we're on the same thread. But we're going to at least cover the best anime song category. It might be the last category. So you have Abyss by Youngblood from Kaiju number 8. You have Bling Bang Bang Born by Creepy Nuts from Mashal, of course. Fatal by Jim, I don't know, from Oshinoko.
GMN.
Yeah, them. Don't know. I had to put the artist down because I didn't know who this was. Haven't heard it. Don't know. Probably good. Level by, I don't want to say their artist names because I can't pronounce it, but whatever. It's from Soul Leveling, the one no one cares about, and that was not good. Yeah, putting it out there. It doesn't deserve to be here. Otanoke by Creepy Nuts from Dandadan. And then The Brave by Yawasobi from Frieren. Ironically, I don't like that opening as much as the second one. Don't know why that's not here, but it's Yawasobi, so they're a big name. They did Idol for first Oshinoko. I don't think they should win. I think it's a battle between Creepy Nuts and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think Bling Bang Bang Born will win.
Oh, yeah.
But it's definitely between that and Otonoke. I just think that, like...
Yeah.
Both are really good, but I think Bling Bang Bang Born had more, like, hype...
and viral
hype, but, like,
fame.
it had more, like, virality behind it. Not to say that Otonoke didn't, but I think that, like, I think Bling Bang Bang Born people liked the song more than the visuals.
Yes.
Otonoke people liked both, but like the visuals a little bit more than the song.
Yes.
Or like a little bit.
Or the fact that they work together.
Yeah.
Kind of harmonized.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I picked Bling Bang Bang Born. Like, I think that'll win, and I also picked it.
Same.
I'm like,
I can't see it not winning. It's like
so good.
It's just like Idol last year. Like, how could it not? It's the biggest anime song of the year. I don't care if Otonoke is great by Creepy Nuts. Sorry, you slayed with the Mashal opening already with Bling Bang Bang Born. People danced to that song for like crazy on TikTok.
Somebody made a merengue remix
literally
of that song, and I love it. So it's by Tricker, by the way. Go check that out. But it's such a good song.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, I do think we have time to talk about. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it. So we're also going to talk about best opening sequence and ending sequence, kind of same thing, a little different. Best anime song, just the song itself. Now we're talking about like the actual opening and ending. So, also openings, still Abyss from Kaiju number 8, Bling Bang Bang Born from Mashal, Fatal. It's literally the same ones. Except instead of The Brave from Frieren, you have Us from One Piece. Guess what I voted for? Us.
Yeah.
I also think it might win because like visually stunning. Like, the others don't have a chance. Potentially, I think Otonoke might, but I still think Us will win, and I voted for it anyway. I love it.
Same thing. Like, I actually think Us will win over Otonoke, because I think that, like, people like the visuals for that, but I think the One Piece one has a leg up on that, to be honest. I think the only thing that Otonoke could have over that would be... Well, the song's good from One Piece, too, but I think people might like...
As an opening, there's just so... Okay, I don't know if you've seen it, and probably shouldn't because spoilers from Egghead.
Fair.
But, like, it's their 25th 25th anniversary opening. 25 years, right? Of course they're gonna cook for it, and they did. Like, it's so great. Like, every sequence. Like, yeah, it has the nods to the Egghead arc, like you would expect in the Egghead arc, opening. However, also it has nods to, like, past arcs, and just, it's really beautiful, and you can tell they spent their time trying to, like, pair up little nods to other things in One Piece for it, and also, like, little, just, the creativity is amazing, the direction is amazing, like, and the song also hits. Yeah. So, because, they brought Kitadani back, they gotta bring him back. If you don't know, he also did the We Are, and, like, We Go, and Over the Top.
Yeah.
And this. So, like...
The classics.
The classics. So I do think it should win, and I just... If not, I wouldn't be upset if a Creepy Nuts one wins, like Otonoke or Bing Bang Bang Born. I just think it should be Us, just as an opening in general. But finally, this is the last one. I'm glad we got to it. Best ending sequence. Gonna be real. I know half of these. So that's what my vote's based on. Yeah. So Anta Nante, don't know who it's by. Rama 1/2. I also didn't put the artist for this one because I didn't care as much. My bad. I didn't listen to all of them. Unlike the other one, except for Fatal. Anyway. Burning from Oshinoko, still don't know. Kamakura Style from Elusive Samurai. Now I heard that's a good show. Haven't watched it. Nobody, which I know is by One Republic. Almost said One Direction, guys. My brain. One Republic, excuse me.
Right.
From Kaiju number 8. It's the only one I really listened to. Request from Solo Leveling. I don't remember it. Tai Da 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 from Dandadan. Did listen to it, but not a great ending sequence. Like, the song was better than the ending. I don't even remember what the Soul Leveling one was. I watched it. I know that, but I don't know.
I think I skipped it, so I honestly don't.
I watched it once, okay, and then I skipped it.
Yeah.
I at least watched the Dandadan and Nobody. Do I think Nobody has the best ending sequence? Not really. But I think
it's just like
of the three I know, it's the best one. It's also got One Republic singing, so I kind of had to vote for it. So I vote for it because I don't know what the other three are like. I think it'll win.
Yeah, I think that'll win over Taidada, and I voted for it over Taidada because like I like that ending from Dandadan, but I don't think that not to say that the visuals are bad, but it's just kind of like a fun.
It's just fun, cute, and simple.
Yeah.
Not like again, simple's not bad, but but we're going for best ending sequence.
That's not gonna
cut it. Like, do I think the ending sequence has the best? But no, but it's creative, it's cute. Mm-hmm. Also, I like the song, so like...
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what the other three are like, so if one of those wins, sure, God, they could deserve it for all I know. Mm-hmm. But yeah. But that's all we can get to, so that was a lot. Yeah. We actually got to a little bit more than we thought we would. Glad we did, though. Mm-hmm. But again, hopefully we'll be able to, like, see who wins and talk about that, as well as the other categories we didn't get to talk about today in the summer on our podcast season, as long as we get it.
Hopefully.
If not, we'll still hopefully come back for the fall anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the season finale, talking about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. If you haven't voted, please go vote now. You have like today and 3 more days. Yeah. So do that, please, because time is running out. Not that I think... Okay, as long as you don't vote for Solo Leveling. I don't care what you vote for, really. Like, everything else kind of decent. Maybe Demon Slayer. Please don't do that either. Mm-hmm. Don't do either of those two, please. But anything else, go for it.
Exactly.
Votes could help. I think it's like, I don't know what the split is. I know judges will still weigh more, but our votes do add up to something. That's why you vote every day for like 14 days or so. Right. So, at least try. If not, no harm, no foul. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. For this season, kind of. Ending on a high note. Right? Exactly. It was fun to talk about this.
And it'll be fun to see like what wins each category actually too.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I won't be able to watch it live. I'll be too tired from jet lag. Right. But and also it's just so late when it comes out here. Yeah. But I'll at least watch it to find out, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about it too. Mm-hmm. With maybe our special guest will show up in that episode. If not, maybe the second. If we do a summer podcast season, not gonna have too many episodes to be honest, but they'll be like an hour at least because summer is a podcast. It'll be easier for us and hopefully for you all. So anyway, this is it for season 2. Thanks for watching.